value to the community that we're a part of. And so I don't know if I've just got something going on my end to where I just can't hear John, but oh well.
How about it now? You got me?
John, I'm going to throw it to you.
Can you hear me now? Still can't hear me? So I don't know why you can't hear me. I think if you guys can hear me, Dr. Davidson, you did type in there a couple times that you heard me. If you can hear me right now, just guys, give me some props right here, or give me a little message that you can hear me okay. So that's all right, great. So you can hear me, perfect. Guys, so we wanted to let everybody have an opportunity to hear about entrepreneurship and what's going on with it. And a lot of people out there have different thoughts about it. You know, there's a bunch of different ways. And what I found that was super amazing about my story was that years and years and years ago, almost 30 years ago, I started my first business. We could even take it back a little bit further from there, is that up north where I grew up in New Jersey, is that when it snowed, well, I was super excited as a kid because I knew that I could get my butt outside. I wasn't going to go to school, and I knew I can go outside and shovel snow for the neighbors and get paid for it. You know, I would get paid like, maybe it'd be $10 for someone's sidewalk. But man, if I could find someone with a driveway, I could get paid like $25, man. And it was a lot of money back then because we all know how old I am. So $25 years and years ago was a ton of money. So got a lot of static I'm hearing from you right now. Yeah, thank you. So still can't hear me. That's great. So you know what I'm thinking, Jonathan, is that you're Jonathan, I think you have the volume turned off. All right. Jonathan's back with us. Can you hear me?
I'm back, but I still can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. So
yeah, I think your volume's turned off.
That.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
right
anyway,
now,
guys,
what I'm probably going to do, since I can't hear you, but everybody can hear you, is I'm just going to throw it to you, and can bring some value, and hopefully we'll actually be jumping on with another Naked Truth section, whether it's later on this week, but definitely no later than next week. John, I appreciate you having me on today. I wish I could have brought some more value to the panel. So, the other technology like one of these, you do realize this is God's phone, right? This is God's phone. If you don't have an iPhone, you are in trouble. Yeah, the volume's turned.
It's not the volume. Okay, I don't know what is going on then. I don't know why you might have those problems there, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll just jump back over, guys. All right, cool. If anyone else wants to jump on and talk a little bit about entrepreneurship, just click the call in button that you have, and I'll bring you on. It's awesome. So we're talking about entrepreneurship, the different levels. There's 5 different levels that I'm going to talk about today. You could read articles that talk about 9 levels or 6 levels or 4 levels. But today, most of folks, there might be people out there that are entrepreneurs, right? These are folks that want to go in business. They're just too scared to get outside of their comfort zone. And I hate that Jonathan's not on, because Jonathan owned like about 7 different businesses and companies at one time, and he was just rocking and rolling with it. And now he still has a bunch of companies, but he's really focused on there to get these things working. Like he's on the 6th level of entrepreneurship, and we'll go there. So my entrepreneurship experience started very, very young when I was working just shoveling snow when I was a kid. I couldn't wait for it to snow up north. And then as I got into college, I had some jobs, didn't really do any businesses until the last year of my college year. I saw an opportunity with these new jet skis that came out. That was back in 1989, 1990. And those new jet skis came on. And guys, I want to invite anybody that wants to talk with me or do their video and talk about their experience, and go ahead and click the call-in button, and I'll bring you on live on this. So those jet skis came out about 1989. That's the sit down type of jet skis. And I just saw the opportunity. I lived in Myrtle Beach where we could absolutely leverage that opportunity. So I talked to my mom and dad, and they were the ones with the money, and they went ahead and believed in me, and they let me buy 4 of those jet skis, and we had this big trailer made so I could haul them around, and it was just fantastic because now I started this brand new tourist and novelty and experience type business. And here's the thing is that I became like a level 1 entrepreneur, this is like self-employment, right? I wasn't working for anybody, but I had to go ahead and show up for work every day. Now I was my own boss. If I didn't want to go to work, I didn't have to go to work, but if I didn't go to work, guess what? No money was made, right? So it was a glorified job because I was the big shot owner at 17, 18, 19 years old, right? The other thing with that is I really wasn't taught about finances then. So here's a 18, 19, 20-year-old kid that was making some good money every day, and wasn't taught on how to deal with that money. So, but that's the thing about a level 1 type of person. Self-employment in each business you run is truly an education. You absolutely you can get into it by an apprenticeship, but you got to get to the next level. The next level is when you're an employer, right? Even if you employ 1 extra person, so it's you and another guy. Maybe it's a lawn care company that you own a lawn care, and then you also you get so busy, like you're mowing so many lawns, you have to go ahead and buy another truck or buy another lawnmower and hire somebody to keep up with all the different lawns you got to care. Well, now you went to level 2. That's an employer and a manager, because you got to manage those people and you got to be their employer, right? You're their team leader, and that's level 2. And that's the next step. It's a little step, but it's the next step. It teaches you how to employ, how to train people, how to manage people, who to work, what kind of people you want to work for you, what kind of people will embrace and embody your type of philosophies and your flavor for business. And the next level would be it's like level 3 of entrepreneurs, and it's a business owner. It's where you create a business in a manner that it actually can run without you being there. You don't have to show up every single day. If you need to take some time off to spend with your family and really take advantage of all the time that it took to get there to a level 3, you've got a team working for you, and it operates when you're there or when you're not there, right? Most of the time, it requires you to come back in to make sure everything's running okay. But that's a level 3 type of entrepreneur. It's not a bad thing. We call it a business owner. It's different from level 1. That a business owner is an enterprise. It works without you having to work it. This is something that I learned a long, long time ago, was that you need to, my business partner, Scott, and we were working in our business, our printing company that we started it in 1991. And we still do it right now. That's where I'm doing this blab from, our printing company called Duplicates Inc. With a K. And what's crazy is I guess even up to 10 years after we started the company, we had employees, but we were working in it. Like there was certain functions that could not be done unless we were there. And we met this guy, Chris Cochran, and Chris says to us, "Hey, John and Scott, you guys need to learn how to work on your business and not just in it," right? Does that make sense to you guys? If that makes sense, just give me a couple little claps there. And because when you work in your business, well, you're stuck. In my opinion, I felt that way. I felt like I was stuck and I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't leave my business. I was just stuck there, and I that was terrible. It felt like a trap, right? So we had to learn a way to work on our business and not in it, right? And that's what we did. We created systems. We created new type of policies and procedures and just the whole thing that The Prophet, that TV show, The Prophet, if you ever watch it, The Prophet, he talks about processes, peoples, and prices, right? So the process, I think, is the whole key to take you from a level 2 to a level 3 type of entrepreneur. See, with the level 3, your business that establishes a critical piece for the next level, your cash flow and your capital, right? Now you can start working on those type of things, and that will help you get to that next level as you build cash, as you build capital. What you can start doing is becoming a level 4 entrepreneur, which is an investor. Now, see, what's the difference between level 3 and a level 4? Well, as an investor, you're investing and you're making money on your money, right? You're not necessarily working on that business. You're just invested in it, and you're going to get a return back from it as long as the business plan was good when you were reading it and you agreed with it, and all the managers in place will start taking care of the business plan and fulfilling everything. Well, guess what? You as an investor are going to reap a return. See, we got to that level, which was pretty cool. And we invested in a few golf courses here in Myrtle Beach. We actually invested in a few commercial properties here in Myrtle Beach, and we rent those out. The golf courses, we're not even part of it. We don't do any of the operations, but we absolutely have an interest in it, right? So that's an investor. But the last level, the level 5 leadership, level 5 of the entrepreneurship is the pinnacle. It's when you actually can call yourself an entrepreneur, some of the experts say, right? And I necessarily don't believe in that. I believe when you go out and even down to the level 1, guys, the level 1 entrepreneur, once again, is that guy that or girl that starts a business from scratch. Maybe it's doing things on the weekend. Maybe it's doing that. But I believe, and my hat is off to you, that you took a shot, right? You did something that most people don't ever do in their life. And because most people have dreams of having these businesses, and what happens, we tell our friends about it, and what do? All right? Our friends, our loved ones, they try to protect us, but sometimes we call them dream stealers, and they tell us those things will never work, right? And we go back in history and we look about this stuff, and I'm going to get back to the level 5, guys. Don't worry. But think about this. You got these 2 brothers right out of North Carolina that had this great, crazy idea that they were going to put people up in the air, right? They were going to take people from point A to point B via this contraption in the air. What do you think every single one of their friends said to them? Man, you're crazy. What kind of booze are you drinking? You guys drinking that moonshine again, right? That's what they were saying to him. They were going, that'll never work. You'll never take a person up in the air. And the Wright brothers, well, guess what they did? They did it. And one of the most favorite vacations I've ever had is to take my children and my family up to Kitty Hawk, where they did the first flight. And this big, huge monument that they have up there in Kitty Hawk says, through dauntless resolution and unconquerable faith. So it actually says achieved through dauntless resolution and unconquerable faith. Think about those words for a second, guys. The Wright brothers, if they listened to their friends and said that would never work, would our society be a little bit different right now? Absolutely, right? I think it would be tremendously, because you got all those dream stealers that want to keep you down. They want to keep you buried down because you got that dream of starting that business, right? And they're going to go, how about the guy that started Uber, right? You think any of his friends go, man, you'll never get rid of the taxi business. It'll never go away. The fellow that did Netflix, man, how can you possibly start a business when all those blockbusters are out there, right? Where are they now? It's because the evolution of entrepreneurship, of business, of industry is always going to be something better. There's always going to be something better coming along, but the entrepreneur, he will go out, she will go out and do it. And look at those people that hold them down and say that those things will never work. Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? Why don't you focus on just doing your job? And those entrepreneurs are the ones that will create this beautiful country, the United States of America, of what it is, right? That they'll keep it going to what it is, because we're the land of the free. I know we're not going to get political here. We're not going to talk about any politics, but guys, we live in a land that we can do basically almost anything we want to do that's legal, right? So if we want to go start a business, we can go start a business. And then I believe this. I believe in entrepreneurship. I believe in free enterprise. I believe that you set your own destiny. See, the cool thing is that in the society we live in, we don't have to just do our jobs. Like if you have a 9-to-5 job, a traditional job, you could start a business on the side. I don't think that's a bad thing, right? It's a hustle, right? We just do that. And the reason for that is because we have that dream of freedom. Eventually, freedom is making decisions on without considering time and money, right? pure freedom. And I've never seen, when I was a young kid, I just never saw a true free employee. And that's why I had the dream of entrepreneurship. Now, once again, guys, I invite anybody that wants to come on here, just click the call in, and I'm going to bring you on live at the video. I'd love to hear some comments from you guys about this, and we'll talk a little bit more. You know, we're still good on time. We're about 15 minutes into this thing, and I'm going to try to wrap it up by 3:30. Be respectful of your time. But the one part I didn't talk about was that level 5 entrepreneur. According to some of the experts, they call it the pinnacle point, right? It's an entrepreneur that uses other people's money and talent and ideas to create wealth, right? It's the lessons that are learned along the way. Like, I think it's very hard for somebody that has had a traditional job in the workplace and become a level 5 entrepreneur overnight. I'm sure it can happen, but it's unlikely, right? But folks that have had businesses along, have built businesses, built capital, built credibility, then people believe in them, right? So the people that believe in them can start saying, hey, man, if you ever have another idea, we want to be a part of it, because they want to be a part of their leadership skills. They want to just be around success, right? If that's a true statement right there, that success breeds success. And we all want to be around positive, successful people that light up the room. When they walk in, their whole charisma changes the room's tone, right? We want to be like that. There's some people on this blab right now that are listening to me talk, like Jay Do, right? Dylan Davidson. Those folks are the type of people I'm talking about. They come on and they get involved with a whole group of people, and they become the people that lead. They're the ones that can forecast vision. They can tell and just cast vision about what's going to happen with a certain type of industry. Maybe it's a business that they're starting, and they're going to tell their people that this is what we're going to do with this type of business. Like, we're going to create this brand new paperclip, right? And this paperclip is the best thing in the world. There's nothing else like it. And sure enough, they create that new type of paperclip. You know, people along the way probably thought the fellow that created that paperclip right there, when he first had the idea, I promise you, people said, are you crazy? That'll never work, right? Isn't that crazy? It's just a society we're in. So the different levels of entrepreneurship, I think, is available for everybody. And I think people should all try it. See, the worst thing that can happen is what? You fail. Big deal. If you take any failure and you turn it into a lesson, hey, buddy, that's a big thing, right? That's something when you fail forward, you look at any single entrepreneur. One year here at my printing company, Duplicates, we created a calendar, and it was called Successful Failures. And when you looked at all these different people like Thomas Edison, the story goes, he failed 10,000 times, right? It took him 10,000 times to figure out how to get the light bulb to work, right? It's not the goal. It's what you're becoming along the way, man. That's awesome. I love that support market. I appreciate you saying that. There's a support market is somebody here. He's on Twitter at support market. He writes, it's not the goal. It's what you become along the way, right? So as you're going, and I've failed, and most people that have ever made it has failed, and if we become better because of that, and we're able to convey our lessons and the things that we learn to our team and our I hate to say followers, but our audience, right? And we get able to give them nuggets. Man, we just created value in people's lives, right? And I think what the value is to talk about this entrepreneurship of giving people hope. There's so many people out there that they want to do things. They have that dream, and they're held back because of fear, right? Fear, it's a liar. Fear is a liar. Right? It's false. It's false events appearing real. That is what fear stands for. You get outside that comfort zone, and that's going to be a whole nother blab that we're going to do about comfort zone. When you expand that comfort zone, you expand your wealth zone. You get uncomfortable being uncomfortable, and that's the successful part. It's like doing this blab thing. This is the second one we've done, and we couldn't get our sound right today, so I missed the opportunity to have Jonathan Henderson on here. But guess what? We're going to learn from that, and the next blab that we do this week is going to be better than this one, right? And the first one we did was last Friday. We had only 25 viewers. Right now I'm looking at 67. So that's pretty cool, and I appreciate everybody coming on here. What I love to do, and I inspire and I invite you, is that click that open the seat up and click and come on board with us. We want to hear back from you right now. Like, click the call-in button, and I want to hear some of you guys talking right now. Here, that's awesome. I got Patrick, man. That's awesome. Patrick, you there?
Hi.
Hey, man. How are you doing? Welcome to the Blab.
Let me move. I got you on the other side. Let me move you over. Give me a sec. I got dual screen going. Okay. Now I'm actually facing you, so that's a lot easier.
Great. Fantastic. Well, welcome to the Blab, and I'm glad you can hear me. We were having a couple little issues earlier today, but why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, what you said about it's not the goal, it's what you become along the way is so powerful. So please tell us a little bit about that thought.
Well, we all have the capability, and like you said, what causes people not to do it is the fear. And the sad thing is the fear is there either way, and the fear is not real. Almost 90% of all our fears are not real. And I'll use the illustration that Weldon Long uses. It's like Pikes Peak is real. And I know it's real. I've been on Pikes Peak. And it doesn't matter whether I'm thinking about Pikes Peak or not, it's still there. But fear is only there when you think about it. And the minute you stop thinking about it, it ceases to exist. So the only thing with fear is it's something we create ourselves. It's not an actual item. It's not real. The car outside is real. Whether I think about it or it's not, it's still there. Fear only exists when you choose to think about it. Choose to think about something else.
Yeah,
choose to think
about success, right? Yeah. The dream, right? Have the end in mind. Absolutely, absolutely. And where are you calling? Where are you joining us from?
I'm in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Okay, absolutely. Tulsa. Cool.
Tulsa
great,
area.
Great. Cool deal. Well, Jonathan Henderson, Jonathan Henderson just joined us, and we were trying to connect earlier. Jonathan, can you hear now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hey! Well, great. So Jonathan, as you know, what we were going to talk about, and guys, just to let you know a little bit about Jonathan is that he's owned over 7 businesses. And so he's talking about entrepreneur. The guy has put people in the major league through his coaching businesses, and he's got multiple streams of income and multiple businesses. And he is that 5th level entrepreneur, meaning that he is actually able to create other businesses, not with not being a part of it, meaning being a part of it. Like he's able to get the investors, he's able to get the processes and get the right people in place that can run it. Jonathan, talk about the different levels of entrepreneurship that you're familiar with.
The hustle is real, my friend. It is real. There's a difference between what people actually want and what people actually get. And that biggest thing is the action that people take place. So I don't know exactly what people have talked about today, but, my biggest thing is I sit back and I spoke to over 700 entrepreneurs in Charlotte, North Carolina this past Saturday. And as I'm sitting there talking to them, what I understand is there's going to be about 70 out of that 700 that actually go and attempt anything that I try and tell them to do. And out of that 70, that there's going to be about 7 that actually go and make it happen. And, my man was talking a lot about fear, and I'm assuming that you were talking about fear, and everybody has it because it's a thought process. So like, I guess it's Patrick. Is it Patrick? Is that your name? Patrick. Cool. So, Patrick was talking about the fear and that sort of thing, that everybody has it. And it's the thought process, and which goes a lot along my lines of belief system is that, that we wrestle not against that we don't wrestle against things that we can actually see and touch, the tangible items, but it's things up in here that we can't see that make the deciding factor. That's why, if you were to look around my house, my goals are up everywhere around my house. My family's goals are up around my house. The goals that I have, the relationship goals that I have with my wife, I'm looking at those all the time because, I would rather have those things, concentrate on those things versus the fears things that hold me back. And so people ask me all the time, they go, why are you successful? Well, the reason why I'm successful is because I don't let anybody else determine my level of success. See, I know that there's 60, 70 people on this blab here today, and I am not qualified to determine what success is for you. But what I will tell you is that there are characteristic traits of a winner that every single winner has. And it doesn't matter what level you achieve, whatever you want, as long as you're happy and content with it, then you're successful on your end. I'm not trying to tell you what success is, but the one thing that all winners have in common is that they're mentally tough. I think all entrepreneurs are mentally tough. Now, wannabe entrepreneurs are not. Wannabe entrepreneurs are people that go out there and they talk about doing great things. And isn't it funny that there's so many people that they want to tell you exactly what you should or should not be doing? Like if I don't get a lot of likes on that one, I'm going to have to start liking myself, because that's the truth. There's people out there that they'll go out there and they'll tell you exactly what to do, but they've never done crap in their life. And these people, they claim to be entrepreneurs, but you start talking to them about business and they have no business sense. They have no business savvy. They're just uneducated, illiterate people when it comes to business. And at the end of the day, they haven't done anything whatsoever. And they're not mentally tough because they can't get in the game. See, a lot of the 70 people that's listening to me right now, you're in the game one way, shape, form, or another. It doesn't matter if you own a traditional business. It doesn't matter if you own a marketing firm. It doesn't matter if you own a printing company. It doesn't matter if you're in a network marketing company. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't care what level that you're doing, what level that you jumped in the game. At least you're in the game. I'm going to encourage some people right now that's not in the game to get in the game. You sit there and you listen to everybody talk about it, but you don't ever do it. Just get in the game, baby. Get in the game.
Absolutely. No, go ahead. That's good stuff, dude. Keep with the passion. I love it.
No, man, that's good. If we need to move forward, we'll move forward. But man, I'm just telling you, I'm just fired up about being in the hustle. I have a lot of people follow me on social media outlets, and people tag me in a lot of posts that I wish they really wouldn't have tagged me in. But especially the ones that they're all talking about hustle and grind and getting this, and they never do anything. All they do is put posts on social media about the hustle that they really wish that they were actually in. And so I'm going to encourage some people to get in the hustle. My hustle, I'm in a whole different level of hustle right now. We really spent the first part of our life, learning how to take products and services to the marketplace, and really gained a lot of market share in that with through marketing and stuff. And then my focus really became the game of baseball. I was blessed and fortunate enough to play a little bit of college baseball. It wasn't much, but a little bit of college baseball. And from there, we opened a sports training center. That was, the fifth company that I'd opened. And, then we created another company. It's called Mile High Decision. My wife and I were out in Denver, Colorado, and we made a decision to go build another company. So that sixth company was a company called Mile High Decision. And, our seventh company is a company called J Hindu. And, our passion is all about giving back and, without receiving really anything in return for it. And, what we want to do is we've been married 19 years, and we've got two kids. Our kids are 17 and 15, and my wife's she's in business for herself also. We do most of our businesses together, and she's a great entrepreneur. And how do you balance that? How do you balance that God, family, marriage, and business all together? And so what we've done is we've not been married longer than some people, but we've been married longer than most, and we've got a proven track record of, not everything's hunky-dory, but how do you get through it? How do you stay committed? How do you still love your wife after 19 years? And, how do you still love your kids? My son and I, we had a conversation today, and he was wanting to punch me in the mouth, and I was wanting to punch him in the mouth, But at the end of the day, he respects me, and I respect him. How do you actually have that balance? What do you do with that? My daughter, when she got up today, I'm just being real, so my daughter's probably somewhere running around here listening to me right now, but just being real with you guys, when she got up this morning. She wasn't happy, and and I wasn't happy with her. But it's funny is I made them all breakfast this morning. They all had pancakes and bacon, and Dad made it. Dad didn't have to get up and go to a job and report to an employer. I made them bacon this morning, and it flipped their whole mindset. So we've learned how to balance a lot of this stuff, and so our whole game, our whole next hustle is just how can we bring value to people's everyday life in their home, and want nothing monetarily out of it and all that sort of stuff. That's some of the things that we've been able to do through our other businesses. We just want to bring value to the marketplace, as I'm sure both of you guys are. So John, I'm going to bounce it back to you, bud.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. You know, Wendy with Cash Life Mastery, she commented that mindset is 95% of the business of this biz. If you want to be successful, and I think any business is mindset, right? Any business. I think that you start off the morning and your day. I just read an article about your day being if it's going to be a good day or a bad day, and it's within the first 15 minutes of your day, of your waking hour, is how your day is sculpted, right? So if you start up and you, I don't know, let's just make fun here and have fun with this, but let's say you got a brand new puppy, because we do, and the first thing you do is you step in a little pile of gold that little puppy left me. I got the decision that I could be happy or I could be super pissed off, right? And if I'm super pissed off, how's the rest of my day going to be?
Exactly. And the funny thing is that you said it's a decision, and most people do not understand that it is a decision.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the great thing about decision, and Jonathan has said this a lot of times from stage when he's speaking to entrepreneurs, is that, and I don't want to screw it up here, but the root of decision is like side, right? Decide. And side is to cut from, to cut off, like genocide and suicide, and it's to end. Well, we end and let go of something when we make a decision. And usually those decisions that we make, if we're an entrepreneur, because I'm bringing it back around to entrepreneurship, it goes back to what Patrick says, is that if we decide to cut off fear, right? And we decide to cut off fear, and it might still be back here, back in this part of our brain, but forward thinking, man, we're going forward, and entrepreneurs push through that stuff, and we don't care. We don't care about those obstacles. We don't care about what's coming up. We don't care about the people that are in our life, our loved ones, that are our parents, that might even say, listen, you don't need to do this business. You need to go get a job, because that's what's safe, right? If we stay safe, I think we stay a prisoner. That's me personally. That's my opinion. You know, if you guys got any comments on that?
Are you more afraid of winning, or are you more afraid of losing?
Woo!
Because at the end of the day, that's all it is. There is no middle ground. You know, the definition of average is being the best of the worst. Okay, I mean, so we can. You got it. Just like today, you know, we've got 82 people on this blab, and I'm just going to throw it out there because this is called the naked truth, right? It's the naked. So you got a choice. You can be rich, or you can be poor. That's a choice, okay? Because you're one or the other. You can't be both, because see, at the end of the day, people that have time, they don't have money. People that have money, they don't have time. So you're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor, right? So you got a choice. You can choose either one. It's completely up to you. Which one do you choose? Which one is going to affect your life in a positive way? Which one is going to bring more value to your life? Which one are people just don't want to fail? That's all I have seen kids their whole entire life that they won't even try out for a team because they're afraid of getting cut in that team. Wow. You know, so we've got choices to make here. So are you afraid of winning, or are you afraid of losing? But at the end of the day, you're afraid of something. See, I'm afraid of being a failure. I'm afraid of being a nothing. I'm afraid that I'm afraid of failing, not being a good dad. I'm afraid of being a failing and not being a good husband. You know, all that sort of stuff. And so, yeah, now sometimes I take it overboard. Like I have a lot of road rage. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I hate it when people pass me on the road. I don't care what it is. I mean, like, you know, if I'm running 90 and somebody passed me, well, we're still going to try to go get them. I don't know what it is, but, you know, I just program myself that, you know, I'm more afraid of being nothing. I'm more afraid of losing than I am winning. So at the end of the day, if you're not winning at the level that you want to win at, what I'm here to tell you today is that you can. Okay, you can win. But my man Patrick was talking about that decision that you got to make. And, you know, decision could be, I don't know what your business is, so I can't tell you the decision that you need to make. But see, what I do realize is that you know that decision. You know the decision that you need to make. You know it. You just got to go make it. And you just got to realize at the end of the day that you're either going to win or you're going to lose. And I'm sorry, I'm just not going to lose. And I don't think you should either.
Absolutely.
How many are willing to actually say the words, I will be rich?
Whew.
Yeah, I am rich.
That's powerful. And, you know, the one thing here, guys, I think that's important important in something that you said, Hindu, is that it's either it's one or two. You're either rich or you're either poor. Let's get this really straight, really, really fast, guys. It's not all about money. I'm not speaking for Jonathan, but I got to say, I know the guy really well. We're like brothers, is that I know he's not talking about money. It's a mindset. It's what's up in here. You either have a poor mindset or you have a rich mindset. You have a mindset that holds you back and says, you can't do that. That's that little voice on their shoulder says, what are you thinking? What are you, stupid? You can't do that. Why would you want to even try to do that? You may fail. What are people going to think about you? See, that is why a lot of people don't even enter the first level of entrepreneurship, because they're so addicted to people's approval. We're so addicted to, as a society, what do people think about us? Oh my God, can you believe if I do this, they may talk about me. Guys, they're already talking about you, right? It's hey, you go out to eat tomorrow night with another couple that's a friend. I guarantee you, when you leave, they're gonna go, man, can you believe John? You see how much weight that dude's gained? They're talking about you, right? It's just a part of it, and it's just when I made a decision in my life, big word, made a decision in my life that I respectfully, I do not care what others think of me or what I do, because ultimately they don't really have any effect on my family's well-being, like on our family time, our memories that we make, the money. They don't pay our bills, but we'll worry about them. Man, what do they think if I got involved with that business? Go ahead.
What kind of value are you bringing to the marketplace? I don't know what kind of business that you're in, but you talked about us not. Money's just a byproduct of bringing value to the marketplace. I have a good friend of mine and a mentor. He says that numbers follow leaders. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. It doesn't matter if it's your team at the company that you actually own. It doesn't matter if it's the money in your bank account. It doesn't matter. All that kind of stuff, that numbers follow leaders. Okay. And the best leaders, they for one, they've always been the best followers right there off the bat. If you want to find a mentor, you need to really find somebody that's actually done what you actually want to do in life, and you got to submit yourself to them, just like all the great leaders have. So you got to make sure that you've got mentorship in your life. But at the end of the day, how much value are you bringing to the marketplace? How much value are you bringing to your home? How much value are you bringing to your marriage? How much value are you bringing to your kids? How much value, like where are you at personally? Because you're never going to be successful until you get it right here. Until you get it right here, you're never going to be successful. I don't care how much money you make, you're going to lose it. I don't care how much time freedom you create, you'll lose it if it's not right here. You got to make sure that you're bringing value to you before you can bring value to anybody else. So,
absolutely. Yeah. Patrick, what do you got to say about that?
Well, what most people don't realize is they are literally 6 inches away from their success. And it's right those 6 inches.
Absolutely. That's good.
You're 6 inches away. You're that close. Step up.
Yep, right. I like that.
The value, this is what I found out when you put the money first. Like you'll see some people that really, they get into entrepreneurship and it's all about the money. You'll hear from them, man, I'm getting ready to make the money. I'm making the money. And what I have found in my short period of 28 years of entrepreneurship is understanding that it's never about the money. See, the money is a byproduct. It all goes back to what Hindu just said about it's what value are you bringing? Like Zig Ziglar, man, what an awesome mentor he was to millions of people, saying that, and it all stems back to I think the Bible is, if you you help enough people get what they want, you're going to get what you want, whatever it is. It's just a byproduct. It's happening. It's the law of the universe, right? And then with entrepreneurship, the top entrepreneurs know that stuff. Right? It's what they give, the value that they're bringing, the people that change the world. Steve Jobs, like him or not, he had so much because of what he changed society, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. So, I think this entrepreneurship stuff is good stuff. It's good for everybody. You can dip your toe into it, and that's okay. We're not going to judge you. Go ahead.
When's our next blab?
We're going to try to do one on, I think we're going to try to do one on Friday.
Oh, man, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Guys, I got to jump off here. Business calls. There again, some of us are actually in the game. right now. So I got to go make sure that that game doesn't pass me by. But guys, I appreciate each and every one of you spending the time as I sign off. I don't know if John's going to sign off or not, but I've got to sign off right now. But guys, have a great rest of the day. God bless you. We love you, man. Appreciate you jumping on.
Thank you, Hindu. Great.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Great. So guys, we are gonna wrap it up, but Patrick, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate connecting with us and letting me connect with you. Guys, if anybody wants to jump on the open seat, go ahead and click in and tell us a little bit about it. I like exactly what One Pain said, like Martin Luther King did. Absolutely. You know, how much did he give to this world and the changes he did because of his vision? Right? When you could be a vision caster, you are a fantastic entrepreneur for sure. And this has been a lot of fun. Patrick, anything you want to add?
No, like I said, you just have to decide that you're going to do it. And it's not, I'm going to do it later. You have to decide, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to start now. And if the start now is just this, that you're going to be on the Blab Friday and get re-energized and start thinking about it, then so be it. We'll see you Friday, maybe.
Great, absolutely. So Jamie Stone just shot me a question. How did I make it to MD? So Jamie, so I got a lot of people on this on the Blab here that maybe know me, maybe they don't know me, and that's cool. Just to give a little story, so about my background, and I will answer your question. Is that I've always had my own businesses. I've worked also. I've had jobs. But I started my business career when I got out of college with another guy, and we opened up this business, a printing company that's turned into a big marketing firm that specializes in print. We went on to open up some other businesses. We own some real estate. We own some golf courses. And we also started a travel business. And we're involved with the travel business, and my business partner and I are some top income earners in the state of South Carolina with it. So to answer your question, Jamie, how do we make it a marketing director? We just never gave up, right? We just didn't give up. We didn't care what people thought about us because we were doing a non-traditional business. Absolutely, it's network marketing, and I'm not on here promoting my business, and it's not what about it. I'm not self-serving, but we did something that a lot of people wouldn't do because what people would think about you. We thought that too. We were like, man, what are people going to think about us by doing one of these businesses, right? Well, we cut away that whole fear of what people are going to think about us, and thank God we did. You know why? Because now both my business partner and I are both six-figure income earners with the company, and all we do is teach other people. So it's when you disassociate yourself with the yeses and the nos, Jamie, is that you just follow the leaders and you hang around with the people that are successful in any industry. It's not the network marketing business; it's any industry. The printing industry, we hang around with all the people that are making money, not the people that are broke. Because if you could learn the concept of modeling, doing what others others that have what you want. If you do what they'll do, you'll get what they got in whatever industry you're in. So thank you very much, Jamie, for asking that. And you got to focus on your dream. One Pain. So I gotta star that. One Pain says focus on your dream. Absolutely. When you hit that dream and you hit that dream board, a lot of you guys should have a dream board of what it looks like to be successful. When you want it, you'll get it. You just got to have that dream board and stay focused on it. We're going to be on here on Friday, and we're super excited about doing the Blab and sharing with you guys. And we got to sign off too. Patrick, any last comments?
When the vision is big enough, then the little problems each day don't really matter.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, guys, we look forward to it. Jamie, contact me outside of this, and me and you'll talk really fast, okay, Jamie? So contact me through Facebook, and me and you'll get on a call really quick, and I'll give you some little nuggets, okay? Guys, look forward to seeing you Friday. Look out for what we're going to do. It's going to be called The Naked Truth. It's The Naked Truth, and we're not sure of the topic yet. I'm thinking, so far, this is what I'm thinking about. It's about comfort zone, and it's the naked truth about comfort zones. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, engaging. I want some more content. Patrick, love that you joined us today, and we look forward to seeing everybody on Friday. Thanks a lot, guys. Rock and roll.
Bye, guys.
All right.